Hi, family. All right, how's it going today? I hope that you are good and you are ready for your class. Here's class number 2. We're going to do some revision. We're going to start with our warm-up as usual, then we're going to do some revision of what we did in the last session. And then we're going to go into some new stuff today. So as I said, this term's all about kind of wavy undulation type movements. Not necessarily all going to be undulations. It's just like liquidy flowing kind of movements is the vibe of term, right? So not all undulations. So what we're going to learn today is not undulations, is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's go. Find space. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Follow moi. Get the setting, yeah. Okay, let's go. So we're going to just start off with hip circles to begin with. Follow me 4, 3, 2, change the direction. 4, 3, 2, 1, hip slide. 4, 3, 2, you're going to go out and in. If the hands get too much at any time, please just do the legs. Out and in, out and in, out and in. For 4, for 3, for 2, 1, and then optional, change the arms to arm circles. Keep the legs going. 4, 3, 2, we're going to reverse the arm circle. Yes, we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3, hands on your hips. 1. We're going to turn that into a twist. So it's twist, step, twist, step, twist, step. So remembering your level in this class, currently this class is mixed level, level 2 and level 3. So when I give you your options in your classes, if you're brand new and you've only just moved to this level, level 2, then you don't have to do the level 3 option, a more advanced option, right? It's there for you to be able to progress with. So don't feel like you have to do the hardest version in one day. Back to the hip circles, and circle 1, 2, 3, 4, and change direction. I actually quite like that you can go back to the videos and you can keep progressing with each video. Yes, side to side. So don't think like you have to push yourself to do the hardest option or the most advanced option at any moment in time. Let's pass the hands above the head, get the stretch through the armpits. As you do that, keep the shoulders down though. Find your space and find your grace. You'll hear me say that so many times. 4, 3, 2, 1. Figure of 8. Roll 1, 3, 4, and then reverse it. So if you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you'll sometimes see little clips of what I've been teaching you in class and little quick 1.5 minute reels. Yeah, so you can follow along with. So if you're not following me yet, follow me, reverse it, and you can just follow. You'll recognize things from class and you'll say, oh yeah, you can save the video, you can just dance along with it in your own time rather than logging into the videos. You can log into the videos, but if you're on the go, then why not, right? You can pull out your phone at work, look at the video, follow along with it. Or in bed. Some people message me and tell me they're doing it in bed. I don't know how that's possible, but anyway. 3, 2, 1, out and in again. Out and in. Hands are optional. Don't get too much any time. Keep the hands go, keep the legs going in the same direction. Now bring the arms in front. 1, 2, 3. Back to the side. 1. So my legs are staying in the same position. I'm just changing my arm position. 1, 2, 3, 4. To the side. 1, 2, 3. Arm circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. There we go. Let's reverse the circle. Reverse it. Out and in. And go. All the way. Let's go into some girly squats. We've not done those for ages. Double bounce. This will come from your hair toss work. Adding some hair tosses in. So you can just bounce those legs. Every 2 bounces, we're going to toss our hair. Meaning, we go. 1, 2. 1, 2. Toss your hair over your shoulder. 2. Let's do it 4 times. 1. Let's in the center. You see why I call it girly squats, right? 6, 7. Let's really go to go. Toss it. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. This comes from Kaliji style dance. Yeah? Often referred to as Kaliji. So lots of hair tosses. 1, 2. 1, 2. Stay in the center. 1, 2. Let's do one more round. Go. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Hold. 4, 3. Your legs burning, yeah. Release circles. 2, 3, and 4, and change. 1, 2, 3, side to side. Shift those hips from side to side. Try to keep the ribs nice and still so the hips going further than the ribs. Stretch through your armpits, reach your arms to the sky, arms clasped. Keep your neck nice and long. 3, 2, let's turn into a figure of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Reverse it down. 1. Do you like my sound effects too? 3, 4. Come together, let's undulate. Undulation. Really work through the belly for me. Keep going. So you want to imagine you're trying to gradually roll like a marble or something down your belly. As I come down, I'm trying to go roll something down to my hips. Roll something down to my hips. Just gradual, gradual, gradual. Gradual, gradual, gradual. Okay, so option 1, as you are. Option 2, adding in that knee. 1, 2. Push off of the floor with that foot. I'm pushing with the ball of my foot to push my knee up almost. So my leg is as active as my undulation. 3, 4, step, touch, undulation. Step and touch. And I'm trying to keep myself connected to the floor. So as this term progresses, you might recognize this from some other terms if you've been training with me, but as this term progresses, you understand a really liquidy, fluidy, undulation-y type of movement, wavy kind of movement. You really need to know how to stay connected to the floor, because without that connection to the floor, the movement gets lost and broken. So to keep the wave going, I have to know how to keep my connection to the floor so I don't break the movement. Yeah, you don't want any, it's like a sentence, you don't want any sentences with full stops. Or you don't want a river with a dam blocking the movement, you want the river to just be able to flow, right? This is kind of the idea. All right, let's go from the beginning again, out and in. Out, in, out, in, out, in. Arms optional. 1, 2. Bring the arms to the front. 1, 2. Turn it into a hip twist. Twist it, twist it, twist it, twist it. For 4, 4, 3, 2. And now arm circle. 1. Yeah. Reverse the arms. 1, 2, 3, 4. Galley spots. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Now we toss. Every 2, and 2, and 1, and 2. 2 more. 1. Relax the head so it can toss nice and relaxed. Same as center. 1, 2, 3. Let's go again. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Toss. 1, 2. Center. When we're doing this, we're reaching our bottom behind us. Yes, like you're reaching for a chair. Let's do one more time, and I'll face this way. 7, 8. You've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Stay in the center. 1, 2. Belly engaged. 1, 2. Forward fold stretch of your choice. You can stretch any other stretch, but forward fold is nice. Bend into the knees, roll up. One more round through the circles. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully you're getting warm now. 4. Let's change. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Figure of 8. We messed up the order. It's supposed to be hip slides. Never mind. Let's reverse the 8. Inside. 1. Coil those hips. Snake them. Drive around the bend. Right. If you were here in last term and last side to side, last term was all about figure of 8s. So those figure of 8 motion from last term tie in really nicely to these movements, because if you combine those movements from last term to these movements from this term, you're going to be never-ending snaky lady. Oh, well, I don't know who's watching, but never-ending snaky, okay? All right, going into figure of 8. 1, 2, and I'm adding a little bit of a push. So I like pushing with my hands. It's a bit like when a cat kind of paws at you. Yeah, when it kind of paws, it kind of stretches and does this thing with its paws. I haven't got a cat, but I've seen them do it. They do this, yeah? So it's like I'm pushing, push, push, softly. So not like this. It's not a rave. Yeah, keep it soft. All right, let's reverse it. Coming with those hips in and almost like when I do this, I always almost think of a really calm ocean, and as the waves hit the seashore, it's like the waves are landing on the edge of the sand or edge of the beach. Let's come into undulation. Undulation, undulation, adding on your knee. Feel free to go slower than me, just make sure you're pushing the ball of the foot off the floor for the undulation to meet the knee. Undulation to meet the knee. I undulate, and as I'm coming down, I meet the knee. Meet it, boom, boom. Stylize it a little bit. 4, 3, 2, 1. Change sides. 1, 2, 3. Roll it. I'm pushing off the ball of the foot. My undulation's meeting my knee. I've got a bit of stylization happening. Just make it a bit more funky. 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll your shoulders. 2, 3. We're almost finished. Let's do some more girly squats. You ready? Pulse. Pulse. Get ready. 4. Make sure your bum's reaching behind you. Let's toss the hair. It goes 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. Move your hands in your chest. Yeah. Center. Hands in your thighs. 1, 2. Hands to your chest. We toss it 1 and 2. We toss it 3 and 4. We toss it 5 and 6. We toss it 7 and 8. We squat it 1. Let's do one more round. 7, 8. We toss it 1 and 2. We toss it 3 and 4. We toss it 5 and 6. We toss it 7 and 8. Up. Your shoulders. In case you get dizzy. Belly work. Squeeze, squeeze. So our abdominal training. So right now we're doing abs training. So your job is to try and see if you can keep the belly going the whole time. If your belly gets really tired, yeah, I can't do another one of these belly pops, Melissa, are you insane? Then take a break for a few seconds and then jump back in as soon as you can. This whole section is about abdominal training. It's like, working our abs. Squeeze, release, squeeze the belly, release the belly, squeeze the belly. Breathing as normally as you can. Now I'm going to add on some hip work, and at any point the hip work gets too much, just do the abdominals by themselves. So we're going to sweat the hips side to side. We're going to put the hips belly on top. Okay? So I'm doing hips side to side, and my belly's going in, out. Try to keep it slow so that you can fit the belly on top. If you go fast, you just look like you're doing nothing. Okay? So slow and deliberate. Slow and deliberate. 4, 3, 2. I'm going to turn it into a hip twist. So I'm going to keep my chest still at the front, and I'm rotating my hips, sorry. So my hips are doing this. I'm continuously, slowly rotating my hips. My feet are flat on the floor, and we are rotating and squeezing our belly in and out. And then you're going to try and keep your chest. You won't go as far. You'll feel it a lot deeper. You'll try and keep your chest here, but also keep it lifted. Okay? Boom, 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 boom. You're going to turn it into a circle. Side, wall, front, wall, side, wall, back, wall, side, wall, front, wall, side, wall, back. Now smooth it out. Doesn't matter how many belly contractions or belly pops you do per circle. You're just trying to keep the circle going and the abdominals going. Okay? So we're doing great things for our insides with this. You can probably feel it. If you do enough of these, keep going. If you do enough of these, you're going to feel it in your back muscles as well. Because there's a muscle, transverse abdominis, that wraps all the way around. And so you won't just feel it in your tummy, you'll feel it in your back as well, sometimes, yeah? 4, 3. Now stay in the middle for me, stay still, and just go as fast as you can. Full range of movement though, so make sure you're not twitching the belly. Full range of movement. As fast as you can go, completing the range. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's get the hip circle away. Slow it down again. So when you need to relax the belly, rest rest it, but as soon as you can, come back in again. If you can keep the whole exercise going like me without stopping, that'd be fantastic. Squeeze, squeeze. So you're just trying to keep the hip circles nice and smooth, nice and continuous, and the belly contractions also continuous. 4, 3. From the beginning, side to side again. Side to side, side to side, side to side. 4, 3, 2. Twist it. Keep that belly contracting. 4, 3, 2. Circles. Reverse the circle. Good. Feel as you can. Legs still, hips still. Squeezing all the way, all the way in, all the way out, all the way in, all the way out. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woohoo! You're feeling it all the way up here as well as normal. Because you're not just working the front, as I said, the muscles go all the way around. You'll feel it in various places. Knees nice and soft, give yourself a little shift, whatever feels good. Alright, let's do a bit of shimmy layering before we can do some revision of what we did last session, okay? So I started with you really gently last week. Not so much this week. Let's squat again. Alright, change my mind. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Ready? Go. Toss. 1, toss. 2, toss. 3, toss. Stay in the center. 1, 2, 3. Let's toss it. Toss. 1, toss. 2, toss. 3, toss. 4, center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll up. That's our chest isolations. So, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Keep the hips nice and still. So I don't want anyone's hips moving. Control it. Lower abs are activated to help you keep the hips nice and still. And the movement is above your bra strap. And what I mean by that is you need to stop at your bra strap height, because if you come lower, you're going to slouch. Don't want any slouching, okay? You're going to be graceful at all times. Up, down, up, down. I've been in my classes for a while. You will have learnt this with me in level 1. So, question before I tell you, who remembers which muscles you're using to lift the chest upwards? Yeah? The upwards motion. 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you're shouting at the screen, upper back above your bra straps, you are correct. Bravo. Okay? Up, down, up, down, up, down. Right, which muscles do you use? If you've been coming to my classes, you've been paying attention, you've been a really good student. Which muscles do you use to drop the chest downwards? 5 seconds to answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Upper abs. If you said upper abs, bravo, bravo, bravo. Well done to you. So when I lift my chest, upper back, up my chest, upper abs. Up, down. Make sure you're not pumping your elbows. Make sure you're not doing this. It's not this kind of class. Okay? Keep it nice and still. Up, down. So it's bra strap up only. As your chest goes up, keep your shoulders down. Okay? Stamina drills. If you haven't noticed, we're doing it for ages. Option 1, just the chest. Option 2, put your shimmy on top. Up, down, up, down. If this is too fast, go slower. Up, down, for example. Up, down, up, down, up, down, and up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Stay slow if the fast is too fast. And up, down, up, down, up, down, and slow, 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 slow. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Hey, hey, hey. Slide. We're going to slide. We're going to slide. Keep the hips down. My legs are nearly quite straight. Virtually straight. Imaginary piece of paper between my thighs so that you can hold your hips nice and still. And now the movement is above your rib cage, above your waistline, and your ribs are going side to side. Try to get the ribs to go further than the hips without also moving the hips, because this is cheating. Okay, it's not isolating. So just the ribs, just the ribs. Keep the hips still. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now you want to try to keep the chin still as well. So try not to do this. This is what we usually when we're first learning. Just want to do the ribs. You also have learnt this with me in my level 1. If you've been my if I've been my student for a while, you'll know this from level 1. Beginners. Fast or optional. So when you go faster, it's harder to keep control. So I want you to make it faster and smaller. Stay in control. If it's too fast for you, go slow again. Work on the isolation. Otherwise, faster. Tap, 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 tap. Keep the chest lifted as you do it. Keep the bum in as you do it. Keep the shoulders down as you do it. Space and grace. Space and grace. Grace and space. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. I say that in every class I teach, I'm sure of it. Even in my Pilates classes that I teach. Space and grace. Space and grace. Space and grace. Space and grace. Can make a song out of it. Option 1 as you are. Option 2, put a shimmy on top. Let's start slow. Slow, slow, slow. Keep those heels on the floor. Don't let the heels lift. Keep planted, planted. 1, 2, 1, 2. Option 1, stay. Option 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Tummy in. Make sure you can breathe. We're gonna go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Last time. 1, 2, 1, 2. Smile. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Gully squats. 5, 6, 7. We got toss for 2. Toss 2. Toss. Make sure your bum's reaching behind you. Toss. And then save center. 1, 2, 3. Let's toss. Toss for 1. Toss. Relax the head. 1 and the neck. Get a nicer flowing hair toss. 2, let's do one more round. 3. Let's go. So it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Stay center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Roll it up. Enough. It's time to revise. Hopefully you're warm now. Hopefully you're warm now. So let's go into snake arms. So shoulder, elbow, wrist. Shoulder, elbow, wrist. Quick 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. So it's snaky. You're trying to be as snaky as you can. Snake that arm. 4, 3, 2. Other side. So we've got shoulder forward. Wink the elbow up. Extend the forearm. Shoulder retraction, so the shoulder blade is going towards the spine. Drop the elbow, drop the wrist. Forward on 1, lift on 2, extend on 3, retract on 4, bend the elbow, drop the wrist. Forward on 1, lift the elbow, extend, pull back, elbow, wrist. Snake it, snake, and down. So now when you snake it, you're just transitioning through all those 6 points. We broke this down a lot, I believe, the term before last. We worked on snake arms. Pretty sure it was that term. So you're really working, the time before last I think it was. So if you really want to work really intensely on your arms, go to the last maybe 5-10 minutes of the term before last. It's the easiest way to say it because I can't remember what that term was called. But that term, we spend a lot of time on learning how to do this nicely at the end of every class pretty much, okay? So let's go into our chest circles. Side up, side down. Side up, side down. Again, you'll have learned this with me in level 1. Okay, so now you're trying to improve it, right? And we need to make the circle as big as you can. Again, it has to stay above the bra strap. If it comes lower, you're going to slouch. No slouching, please. Nice big chest circle. Keep the circle above your bra strap. All the way around. All the way around. And all the way around. Keep going for me. I don't want to use this song today. I want to use... Keep going, don't stop. I see you. No resting for the wicked. I'm not saying that you're wicked, by the way. Let's go. Snake it. Drop it. Snake it. And drop it. With a chest circle is now what we're doing. Mixing the arm with the chest. So, snake arm up, snake arm down. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. So when you do it, when you put the arm with the chest, it's going to have to be much more subtle. Because you can't really do something as dramatic because you need the muscles to be recruited for the chest circle. So your arm is going to need to be subtle. Now make sure the arm stays in front of you as you do that. We're revising last week's work, right? We're revising last week's work. So slightly in front, near the chest circle, near the chest circle. There you go. Chest up and down. Now those of you who are more advanced, if you're a level 3 dancer and you've got this, then you can put the chest circle on top with the shimmy. That's way more advanced. There's 3 things happening: arm, chest, shimmy. If you're brand new and you're just level 2 and you've just graduated from level 1 with me, I recommend just work on trying to get the coordination, because chances are this is really difficult for you to do. Okay, so you're going to give it a go, you give it your best shot. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's change it. Chest circle the other way first. Shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist, shoulder, elbow, wrist. If I did it with the chest, I'll say chest up, chest down, meaning chest up, chest down, chest up, chest down. Pick your direction. I'm going to go this way just so to give you a cleaner demonstration. You'll find, play around with it actually, you'll find when you're doing a snake arm, you might find it easier to do the chest this way or to do the chest this way. You can go both ways, and of course eventually you want to be able to accomplish both directions. When you're first learning, do the one that feels easiest for you. So if you're feeling it easier to go this way with the chest while you do the snake arm, go this way. If you're feeling it easier to go with the chest this way, okay? So there's endless ways to move. When you're first learning something new, if it's really tricky, do the version that comes easier to you, even if it's the opposite direction to me, because you can use that to help you learn the other side, if that makes any sense. 4, optional shimmy. This is for my level 3 dancers, level 3 plus. If you know how to do the chest circle with snake arm, that's so you can put a shimmy on top without disrupting the movement. So you don't want it to become, when you start layering, you don't want to look all wild and like you've lost control. You still need to hone in on it, refine the movement, still keep your space and your grace. Yeah? Still want it to be tidy. For 4, for 3, smile. 2, and 1. Relax. We did it with undulations. Let's revise the undulation. Sometimes I think the undulation one is easier because they're both waving. It's almost like an arm. A snake arm is almost like an undulation with the arm and an undulation with the body. Okay, so arm up, arm down, 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 arm up. Now your hands can be in endless positions for this. We workshopped it last week, right? So just play around with what feels most easiest for you today, just to get into it. Right? So what we're worrying about right now, what we're concerning ourselves is the ability to synchronize the movements. If you're finding it easier to do it with your arm out to the side, do it to the side. If you're finding it easier to have it slightly in front of you, have it in front of you. So your arm and your body are synchronized. For 4, 3, 2, and change sides. Just give that leg a break and change the arm. Up, roll through. Up, roll through. Arm and body. So undulating with my arm and my body. Now keep going, make sure that you're not losing your neck. Space and grace. Told you already. Space and grace. Arm up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up. And you can have the arm long the whole time. So I have less of a bend in my elbow as I do it, so it keeps it a little bit more open. Or I can have a little bit more of a deeper arm. So you really need to play around with what there's endless ways, right? Is it slightly in front? Is it slightly to the side? Are you rotating with it maybe? Yeah, there's so many things you can do. 3, 2, now both arms. Snake arm. When I do 2 arms, I think I said this to you last session, I like to imagine my arms are big wings of a really large bird, or I am a bird, and I am flying. So if you're a bird, what bird are you? And where are you flying? Where are you flying to? Where are you flying from? Fly. Fly. Catch some air under those wings. So I've got a little bit of a pulse happening, a little bit of a plie. So you're kind of gliding through the air, flying. What kind of bird are you? You can make it up if you want. And where are you flying from? Where are you flying to? I imagine myself flying over a beautiful tropical ocean and tropical empty beaches with no people on them. Just vast, beautiful, empty, gorgeous, untampered with nature. There you go. All right then. So now, undulation. Arms up, arms down. Chest up, chest down. And we fly. And you want to try to zoom in on it a little bit. So it could be really big and you could have something like this, right? You could be really small and really isolated and really articulated. Articulate the movement. Deeper, it's more muscular, gonna burn way more. But you could be big and free. Yeah? Big, less muscles involved. If I stay here and do it, more muscles involved. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Enough rest. We've revised that. We're doing a little checklist in my head of all of our revision. Did we do anything else? Oh yeah, undulation twist. This was the hardest thing of last session, wasn't it? So let's quickly revise. Undulation twists. Twisting undulations. So you're in classical position. So a quick crash course, reminder. And now remember, you're never twisting in your kneecap. You're actually always twisting from your waist, from your torso. Ball of the foot on the floor. For this one, you're gonna need to let the foot swivel. So from foot to knee to hip socket, it's all moving as one unit. See that? All the way up. If I had it off of the floor, you'll see. Right from my waist actually to the ball of the foot. Twisting, releasing, twisting, releasing, twisting, releasing. Now, because of the twisting under, this move comes from, if you were here last time in last time's classes, and we did the spiral down, we drove around the bend, we did the twist, and we undulated out of it. It's the final phase of that move that we're just using as a singular movement. If you were here last time, okay, so I kind of recognize it, but I can't place it. That'll be why if you were here last time. Okay, so we're going forwards, twist, and when you go forward, you end up knocked kneed, but you're going to face the side a little bit so no one can see that, right? And then your twist is coming down one side. So twist, undulate, undulation, remember crossfade, I'm using like music producer terms. Crossfade into the untwisting of the hip. So basic twist, 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 let the foot swivel, see, let the foot swivel, and now we're adding in the undulation. So I twist, as I untwist, I undulate, down, undulation meets, crossfades into the releasing of the twist. So that the undulation becomes a twist. Twist, undulation, roll. Twist, undulation, crossfade, hips. Twist, undulation, crossfade to the hips. Twist, undulation. Now can you keep it nice and smooth all the way through? Boom. So I'm going to smoothly twist, smoothly undulate. Smoothly twist, smoothly undulate out of it. Smoothly twist, smoothly. Change your sides. Basic twist first. Classical position. No twisting in the kneecap, all in the torso. Twist, twist. My whole foot is, the whole side of my body from my waist to the foot is twisting at the same time. So it's not my knee, it's not my foot, it's not just my hip, it's the whole line from waist to ball of the foot. Swiveling. 4, 3. Okay, now let's add in the undulation. So you're going to twist, hold the twist forward, undulate through the body, through the body, through the body, crossfade, open the hip. Twist, no music. We're going to learn something new today. Learn today. Okay, let's do internal massage circles. So look, you'll have seen me post this in the last few days if you've been following me on Instagram and Facebook and my YouTube stories. You're going to go into a massage hip circle. Now, massage hip circle, some of you have done this with me before. We're going to do some fun stuff with it this time. So you want to relax the belly, and as you relax the belly, it basically, my belly looks like it's doing weird things. That's because the circle, my belly is so relaxed that the circle is massaging my muscles and my organs in a nice way. So it's like a massage. It's a massage. Okay, so let's just put the music on and let's break it down. Have a little stretch if you need to have a stretch. Just have something nice and relaxing for this one. Okay, all right. So we're going to start off with hip slides. Super glue those legs together. Pull the legs up nice and straight. So you've not locked your knees out, but they are straight. It's a micro bend. And you're holding a piece of paper, invisible piece of paper between your thighs. That's going to help you keep that kind of control, okay? Engage the belly. Lift the chest, drop the shoulders. Space and grace. Okay, coming closer. So now, keeping our feet flat on the floor. And we're trying now just to move the hips further than the ribs. So the ribs are staying centered. We're starting to slow it down now. We're not going as fast, but we're going deeper. So we're going slow and we're going deep. Push those hips from one side to the other. Make sure it's on a horizontal line. To the side wall, to the side wall. Try to keep your chest in the center. Try to also keep your chin in the center. So as my hips are trying to go further than my rib cage. You could also think your hips are trying to go further than your shoulder. But I don't want you to move your ribs in opposition to counter that, right? You want to keep this centered, all of this centered, and just move the hips. Just move the hips from side to side, okay? All right, so now we've figured out our hip slides. You also would have learned hip slides in level 1 with me, beginner's belly dance. So now we're going to push the hips forward. It's more of a thrust, so it's not a tuck. Yeah, it's not a tucking, isolated movement. It's a thrust. And then pull back. Length from the back, okay? I'm going to come a bit more forward so you can see. My feet are flat on the floor. Thrust forwards in front of my chest. And I want my bum to go all the way behind my head. Okay? So I'm going to go forward and back. And it's like if your hips were on train tracks, they're just going forward and back on a horizontal line, right? So I'm not tucking, I'm not staying in the middle. I'm not tucking and swinging my hips forward and back. I'm keeping myself really tall. I'm just thrusting my hips forward and back. I'm going to keep my belly engaged for this one for the women. And when you go to the back, it's like you're trying to flatten. So anyone does Pilates or anything, think you're trying to hit imprint spine at the back, yeah? So if you were lying flat on the floor, you would be trying to flatten your entire lower back into the floor. This is where Pilates terminology comes into class a little bit, right? Imprint spine as you go to the back. Hips go forward, hips go back. So I'm not going back in an arch. You're going to ruin the shape if you do that. So you need to come back. As you go back, I'm actually lengthening as I go to the back. So if you do know Pilates, you're lengthening into imprint spine as you send it back. And you'll notice, everybody, if you do it correctly, you'll notice that your lower abs have to really kick in for you to do that. Okay? Back, 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 back. See how I'm lengthening as I go to the back? Length. 2 more. Last one. So we're going to put that together into a circle. We're going to do, it's a hip circle with hip slide technique, okay? So hip slide technique, but in a circular motion. So I slide my hips as far as I'll go, but keep my ribs in the middle. Then I stretch and slide my hip to the front. I stretch and slide my hip to the side. And then as I go to the back, I hit that flat back imprint spine. And I go side, front, side, back, side, front. And you see, it's like if you're in a tube the same size as your body, you're trying to scrape the edges of that little tube that you're standing in the middle of. If you think of Star Trek for some reason, I don't know why. I don't even watch Star Trek. Anyway, the tube. and you're trying to scrape the edges with those hips. Keep the feet flat on the floor. And if you had pens on your hips pointing to the floor, drawing a really little circle around the outside of your feet. Yeah? Keep your chest elevated, shoulders down. And we'll talk about the belly in a second. So you're just right now working on this, it's an internal circle. So it's stirring things up. Like if this was my body, my belly, my back, my waist, my size of my waist, the circle's happening like this. It's stirring things up on the very depths of my being. Yeah? Stirring things up. Tall as you can. Keep your space and your grace, your neck nice and long. Grow it. 3. That's quite nice to do it just to get a stretch. Anyway, down. 2, 1. Right, we're going to change the direction. Side wall, front wall, side wall, back wall. Shouldn't feel any pain in your back. This is massaging. So it should feel really delightful in the body. Massaging things. You might hear your belly go bloop, 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 bloop. It might rumble. It's working, it's massaging your digestive system. 4, let's keep that going. So you're stretching, your legs are nice and straight. Go nice and slow. This circle's best done slow. And you're stirring something with your hips. Stir it up. Stir it up. For 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Nice. You roll the shoulders out. So let's just finish with some nice like meditational type of movement to this piece of music, and then we're going to finish for today. So that'll be it for today. And as you see, as the weeks progress, we'll start to be able to piece this all together a bit more. So figure of 8, and because the whole term vibe is flow, right? It's flow and wavy type of movement. I just want you to focus on see how much you can continuously flow. And the point is also, okay, how do you flow? Well, the secret is in transitions. How do you transition? Okay, so how do you transition? It's about flow, but it's about transition. And to flow, you need to know how to transition. If you don't know how to transition, you get stuck, and then you can't flow. Yeah? So, figure of 8, turn it into circles. So you can do your circle in any direction. Start anywhere. Okay, you can start anywhere. You don't have to be matching me. When I call out another move, take your time to transition into it. Don't stop and then go, oh shit, undulations. Oh, wait. And then undulation, no. Take your time to continue the movement that you're doing and then gradually find yourself into the next movement and see if you can do it without stopping. So I'm going to ask you to turn back into a figure of 8 whenever you're ready. Feel where you are in your hips and see when you can transition into a figure of 8 without stopping. There are many places you can transition. It really depends on your body and where you have you need to feel where you are in your body to know where you're going next. You have to kind of know where you are in order to go somewhere, right? You can't be lost and then guess. I mean, you can, but it's much better if you know where you are and where you're going. Same thing with your transitions, really, right? Right, so when you're ready, I'm going to ask you to turn it back into a hip circle. The hip circle can start anywhere and it can go in any direction. All right, anywhere and in any direction. There's endless ways to do this. There isn't really any rules, right? So the idea is you want to be able to continuously move and transition. Okay, so now you're on your own, right? So you're now in charge of when you turn it from a hip circle to a figure of 8 and a figure of 8 back into a hip circle. And your job is to be aware of when you can transition. And try not to make it exactly the same every time. So for example, try not to always start your figure of 8 on this hip, and try not to always start your figure of 8 to your hip circle to the back, right? So it's where can you continuously be aware of where you are inside your body so that you can change direction inside your transitions. Yeah? So there's endless ways to do it, right? There isn't really a wrong way. But my goal for you right now is to figure out how to keep the body moving without stopping. I don't want you to stop. class complete for the day. I hope that you enjoyed it. I advise now, go and do your stretches. I have to run to another class, so I'm going to leave it right there. Go and do some stretches and go and chill and just relax, and I will see you in your next class. Well done. Bye.